And welcome back to more Super Paper Mario. Last time we finished Chapter 6-3, which is the middle Samurais, and this time we're on the last set. So my feet sharpen my spikes. I'm the guardian of the 76th gate, the one known as Wandering Spiny. Born from the clouds, I wander the earth alone, and I punish all things. So we're actually gonna start kind of speeding through here, because we fought like 75 of them. And I'm kind of getting to the point where I just kind of want this to be finished up. So I'm not going to like super skip the dialogue, I'm going to kind of let it stay on screen. But I actually think I'm going to kind of breeze through the dialogue a lot more, just because of, yeah, this is still a lot of dialogue to read through. Number 77, from the depths of sweet sleep, I rise only to find an intruder, even conscious I guard the 77th gate. Ripper Van Fish obviously is a reference to Super Mario World. There is a type of enemy called the Rip Van Fish. The enemies are kind of like Sheeps, but they basically will only wake up as you approach them. And if it falls upon me, only in sleep's embrace can I hide from this shame. What if sleep will not come? What if I linger awake to my failure? I must count Sheeps or something. Sleep, take me from this horror. Counting Sheeps. Obviously a pun on counting sleep, but also a double pun because Rip Van Fish. Boing. Down to save life. Blah blah blah. Ah, how rude of me, I'm infinite jump. I'm the guard of the 78th gate. Many have crept towards me and I've leapt upon them all. Cool. Good for you. You'll bounce upon the wall and I will leap again, and from your pain I will draw extra life. So, obviously, wow, that was easy. Obviously, the infinite Koopa jump trick from, what's that game called? Super Mario Bros. That's what it's called. In that game, you can infinitely jump on a Koopa if it's positioned against a wall, and you can just infinitely bounce on it as it bounces against the wall, and if you're positioned right, you can get infinite 1-ups. You know not what you see on alternate path, guard the 79th gate. You may look right at me and not know me, or you may take me to your doom. So obviously a reference to branching paths in video games. If I'm your enemy, I'll only hasten your end, or something like that. Rather overdramatic. All these samurais are pretty dramatic, actually. A path ends. All paths must eventually come to their end, and so it is for me, but always remember this: on every path there are pitfalls and foes. For a warrior such as you, there will be no peaceful path through life. But yeah, I kind of dislike all the dialogue. I like the dialogue from the standpoint of, hey, on one hand, it's actually pretty clever. Daisy the Merciless, obviously an amazing Daisy or a crazy Daisy, but he's also very sensitive about being named Daisy. Which, I don't know if that's a reference to Princess Daisy or not. A Mercer and Daisy the Merciless. Like, a lot of this dialogue is clever, but when you have to spend like an entire minute just talking to everyone, like, the actual fights don't take that long. The actual fights only take like 30 seconds to maybe a minute at most. So, Smiling Cloud. You're not a smiling warrior, would you? This is obviously a reference to Super Mario Bros. Again, where the clouds have little smiley faces on them. As a little fun fact, though, the clouds and bushes are the same sprite, just recolored in Super Mario Bros. Ouch, I cannot believe you stooped so low as to hit me. Didn't you see me smiling? I'm going to tell you to all the other warriors. You have no honor. It's like the Pit of 100 Trials takes a really long time in this game, but it doesn't feel as long, partly just because you do have a lot of, like, you don't have to actually stop and talk to people. You can just kind of speedrun it if you can. I like this guy because he basically is ranting about things being too bright and that everything should be like dull and brown. And I'm pretty sure this was the same year as the first Gears of War, so that's kind of ironic if you think about it. Red rage clouded my vision, so you sidestepped my attack. You bested me, but I will never accept a world with such bright colors. It is far too childish. In my words, I will rage against your cheery palette with my last breath. But yeah, I've just kind of hit that point where I just kind of want to move on. So that's why I'm kind of speeding through a little bit. Fairy Earth turns to liquid with every separate block of power. 4 sides for corn is better to power you with. And these will buckle from my seismic earth at the 83rd gate. Power block, easy reference. Panicking. If they roll, that's actually good, because it makes them very easy to attack. Steady your foot, no tremor topples you. You are strong, you will shake the duel of 100 to its very foundation. I like how this guy actually has nice things to say to us. It's like, yeah, you're actually changing the duel. Like, you're actually making history, while the other people are like, I curse your family. Wow, this guy's on fire, you could say. And I call the fire in me, so I must launch it from me onto others. Here at the 84th gate, you will taste these flames. Throwing a flower, probably a fire flower, on like an exponentially higher level. And if a flower has not sputtered and gone out, how will I ever reignite? Because a fire flower and throwing a flower, that sounds way more impressive. This goes so much faster when you don't read all the dialogue. You found Plug Sniffit. He is a Sniffit with a cold. Obviously, Sniffits are the enemies that actually launch projectiles at you. They're kind of like Shy Guys, actually. Being completely cleared my cold up. I'm now unplugged Sniffit, I thank you. Yay, we helped him with his sinus problems. Sniffits, yeah, are basically Shy Guys, except they can shoot projectiles at you, and I never quite understood if they're supposed to be the same species or not. You have come to the 86th gate. Have you come seeking Bounding Star? For you have found him. You have not yet laid a hand on him, however. Always fully bound, just out of reach, follow me to your end, for I am invincible. So he's an invisibility star that obnoxiously bounces. And looky here, he's obnoxiously bouncing. And attacking like crazy. Invincibility ran out. This happened, always in battle I would hear a song in my head. The music so lively, it would spur me on to great leaps and greater deeds. But now I can hear that song no longer. You've robbed me of it, I curse you. I like the Star Jingle, actually. I think it's a good song. I mean, it has to be if they've used it for, you know, 30 years now, actually. Metal Cap. He is obviously a reference to the Metal Cap from Mario 64. He is slow. The Metal Cap basically lets you walk underwater. That's about all it does. Ironically, people have actually kind of... well, yeah, it also makes you sink. Now, the Metal Cap is interesting because people have basically discovered it's entirely useless, actually. There's pretty much a way to do everything in the game without the Metal Cap. Belly of Yoshi. Obviously based on the fact that Yoshi can eat a lot and can lay eggs. And he wants to eat us, which is not dark at all. Ow. Jump right into that. I do actually think a lot of this dialogue is fun. It's just kind of a case of, I think, a joke that kind of goes on too long. Like, it's funny at first, but the fact that every character has, like, extensive dialogue is clever, but also kind of overwhelming. No charging Chuck. Protector of the 89th gate. So he's gonna beat us up, but he's not charging us for us. Obviously a reference to the charging Chucks from Super Mario World, except no charge. So he's just gonna attack us without actually charging us money. Not that the original charging chucks actually charged us money, to be fair. Shame and lint. Yeah, if he had charged us, we would have got money. I feel like that was a missed opportunity to reference the gang from Thousand Year Door. So this is Climbing Vine. Obviously a reference to the vines and the hidden blocks. Also kind of a pain in the butt to fight. Because there's the shockwave thing. I feel like taking a hit against these guys is the best strategy. The really fast ones, because when you hit them, that obviously, when they hit you, they're right next to you. So I feel like that's actually a much better strategy. And that's just me. I wonder how many YouTubers have actually done this like completely, like unedited. Like I wanted to kind of go through here and showcase all the dialogue, but it just kind of got to the point where there's too much dialogue. To the point where it's like in Earthbound. A lot of people like Earthbound, but it can take entire videos just to talk to every NPC. And it's really cool to have that much dialogue, but in the case of Earthbound, it's optional. In this case, it's actually, you know, well, technically it's optional. Also, that was a Quizmo, reference to Chuck Quizmo from regular Paper Mario 64. Strolling Patooey, the Patooey's, yep, 7-8. The Patooey's basically would normally carry around little spike balls over their heads. So, ironically, I like how this guy bounces. Just to replicate that. Yes, but upon my technique, my master would be spitting mad at such a defeat. Wow. Yeah, we're basically bringing shame upon all of these people. Except for, like, the guy that we helped his, cold. And a few others who were like, yeah, you're actually doing pretty good. I'm proud of you. 93rd gate already. Fuzzy on face. So fuzzies are obviously enemies from Paper Mario, but actually originate from Super Mario World. Now, fun fact, there are actually two fuzzy jokes in this game. First type of fuzzy was Touch Fuzzy. This is actually the fuzzy from Paper Mario. So, different reference, but two enemies named Fuzzy. We're actually dying. That's not what I meant to do, actually. The small enemies are the worst, I find. There's no good way to defeat them, I find, and we're gonna die. Like, legit, there's no good way to fight these guys. I swear. Please, just go away. Finally. Yeah, you go hide after that. I know some YouTubers time-lapse this, and honestly after actually playing it, I can't really blame anyone for wanting to time-lapse this, because holy cow, this is actually kind of a procedure. 94th gate, Glitzblade. Damn, die with pizzazz. I assume reference to the Glitz Pit, but I'm actually not sure on this one. So that was lucky. The ninja jumped to the left instead of jumping into us. So, we ended up actually getting pretty good luck there. $95 to Cloak of Tanuki, Guardian of the 95th Gate. Obviously, him talking about being an animal or a statue means Super Mario Bros. 3. Oh, that didn't last long. Tanukis are the enemies that can basically turn to statue. Actually, they're not enemies even, except, the only time where a Tanuki suit was actually actively turned against you in the traditional sense is actually Mario and Luigi. Coin Harvester without remorse. What? Okay. Cool. Nice. Nice guy. So the Tanuki is an interesting item in that game. because the Goombas actually use them to Noombas. But the interesting thing about the Tanoombas is they're actually different than the Tanuki Goombas in 3D World by classification. It's really weird. I'm not quite sure why they did that. Pidgeot, obviously a reference to Super Mario Bros. 2. What did they ride clouds in that game? Because he's talking about being on a cloud, but I don't remember them actually using clouds at all. This guy has a lot of health. It's like 100 HP. I mean, we're getting towards the end, so that makes sense, but still, jeez. I know they use magic carpets, but I don't remember them using clouds. So, maybe I just misread what he was talking about. You know, speed reading and all. You're lazy. So, Rough Puff, obviously an enemy from Thousand Year Door. And teach us humility. We'll see about that. Wow, I got hit at the same time. What are the odds? Yeah, we'll learn humility next time. We'll see about that. I'm actually a little worried. We're taking a lot of damage here. We're kind of running low on items, so I'm a little concerned of how this will go. And Pit of Crying Shames, Crusher of Hope, Stopper of Dreams. To fight me is to fight 100 fearsome slobbering warriors. Many have ventured to conquer me, all leave with a tear-stained cheeks. Those who challenge me here at the 99th gate have much to lose. It makes their sad tears all as sweet as a drink. Yep, we're at the end game, actually. Only a few more left. Actually, one more left. Obviously, Pit of Crying Shames is a reference to the Pit of 100 Trials from Thousand Year Door. I hope you slip and fall all the way back to the first samurai. Oh god. We might, because this boss actually is a problem. Fittingly, he is named End Boss. Greatest of all the samurais, it is my duty as End Boss to laugh at your feeble party and proclaim your doom. Shall we begin, challenger? Ha, you are pathetic, prepared to be crushed as the universe withers. I'm gonna get out of the way. You can also shoot fire. You should probably note that. Yeah, please keep rolling. Please keep rolling. Okay, that was actually really easy. He didn't use fire. Roll credits. How did I do? I have been preparing for my big scene for years. I was worried about that final line though. Was the end boss enough? I knew I should have gone with something about the wailing of creatures. I was only worried that it would be too over the top. Enough talk. King Samurai waits you in the next room. Go now, champion. And that's it. We have finished the Samurai's Kingdom. All that's left is to get a prize. Oh, bravo! Our Charles are agape at the spectacle of your warrior prowess, challenger. I never imagined you'd be the victor. Didn't all that savage combat get boring? But I digress. I am true to my word and shall grant you my greatest treasure. So he gives us cards of every character from Thousand Year Door. Well, you see, I planned on bestowing your Upper Heart to you, but it's gone. So I present you with these other royal treasures. My charity knows no bounds. Well, that's the end of that. Your battle's over. We were almost entertained. Should you find yourself in our kingdom again someday, do drop in for a melee. Farewell, challenger. Boring, you say. Maybe just a little bit. But on that note, next time we're gonna take a little bit of a break from fighting. So thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Super Paper Mario.